to the family. Yeah. I had to let my old people go. Pray they don't get mad at me. Yeah.
What's good, Freedom Fam?
What's good?
This is episode 3. Super excited, man, to continue diving in on this journey together towards experiencing freedom through intimate conversations wrapped around truth, faith, and purpose. What you got for us today?
Man, I'm just so excited. Man, when you've got a taste of freedom,
Come on.
it's like, man, like this tastes so good. And I just want to give it to everybody. It's like, oh, you got to try this. You got to try it. This is amazing. It's like that new restaurant that just opened up and you tried it and like, oh my gosh, that was fire. You got to go, and you're telling everybody about it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this podcast and these pillars and freedom, all of it.
That's good.
Man, I'm so excited. But what's going on, man? Everything going good? We just got done with the holidays. I know we just had an episode about that. Everything good? I know. What about love? Love. We got to talk about some love. Everyone desires love in their life.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, you're the married man, so you want to kick us off?
Man, love. You know what? That journey has been crazy. And it's really been an internal journey, because what I thought love was, it wasn't.
That's good.
It really wasn't. And every time I tried doing love that way, it hurt. And it left me damaged, and it left other people damaged. And it sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked. And I would run from it. You know, like I would get close to it, but I don't want to like fully commit to it because I'm like, I might get hurt. Every time I've experienced this before, it hurt. So why would I keep doing this?
Yeah. If you were going to explain to somebody what love is not, what would you tell them?
Feelings. Love is not your feelings. And love is not selfish. Love is not concerned about really anything other than to give. When the only way that I can really explain what love should look like is gonna sound completely maybe weird, or I don't know, but Hollywood and Disney and had painted this picture of what love should be.
Yeah.
And it couldn't be further from the truth. I think you can experience those things that they've portrayed, but true love comes down to sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? And if you're not willing to sacrifice your entire being for the other person, it's not love. When I've learned that the greatest show of love is to die for somebody, when you hear about another soldier jumping on the grenade to save his platoon in the midst of battle, you know, it's like, oh man, there's no other greater sacrifice than to sacrifice your own love for somebody.
Yeah.
To show them how much you love them.
What was old boy on the Titanic?
Jack.
There he is. I kept thinking Leo, but
Leo.
Jack, I'm thinking your boy Jack. Didn't he die?
He did.
That's what I'm saying.
That was love.
But that's Hollywood portraying it. But yeah, it's amazing how even movies like that, when the other person dies, it has such a powerful impact on the viewer watching it. You know?
Yeah. What the original sacrifice comes to my mind is obviously Jesus.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is not only did he die, but he was tortured. And he said, forgive them. Like, how, what? Like you said, I'm going to use your word. He was cold. He was cold.
Hey, Jesus was cold, man.
It's
That boy was cold.
But when I realized, so when I use Jesus as an example of what love is,
Mhm.
it changed the narrative, and
Mm.
it really called me up. You know, he didn't beat me over the head with the Bible or anything like that. He just said, "Hey, lovingly, if you're not willing to die for this person, don't even pursue them."
Mm. Mm. Yeah. That's good. Keep going. If you
So
got something.
yeah, no, I mean, it's just been a really cool. It's been a really cool unraveling, trying to figure out what love actually is, and dying to myself, dying to my feelings, dying to uh my preconceptions of what should be, and just going on this journey of releasing all the baggage that I've picked up along the way, and it's been really freeing to me.
Mm.
So it's allowed me to see things clearer, allowed me to love with no expectations,
Yeah.
um, no manipulation. And I'm sure that there's those things still going on within our relationship, but it's I'm more of aware of them when I'm
Yeah.
doing it, and I can nip that in the bud, which is really powerful because it really allows our relationship to just blossom,
Mm.
and we can really just love each other authentically without these games that are being played behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like it's like a chess match, and you're like in the relationship with this person that you're like trying to like outmaneuver.
Yeah. And man, there's just so much to talk about when it comes to this, but I think it's interesting as well how we like the world's version of love is something that we give to some people and we don't give to others. When when you actually become like love for real, it's something that pours out of you in all your relationships.
Yeah.
Not just your romantic ones, not just we think about marriage and dating and romantic relationships as the primary vehicle where love's supposed to be expressed. And I think there's opportunity for a very deep expression of it that you may not be able to have the opportunity for in other relationships. But love is universal. Like love can be expressed in friendships, with coworkers, with family members that you don't like, with people that you don't like, and when we over romanticize this idea of love, we really cut off the full power of what love was really designed and intended to be and do in our lives.
Yeah. Love is a huge topic
Mm-hmm.
because you can express love like you even in the things that you do, the purpose that you have. So I'm excited. I saw you pull something out. So are you ready to? What is that? You gonna bust open?
Yeah, well,
Was that First Corinthians?
it's the good book.
Come on now. The Rock.
Yeah, we talked about a little bit what love is not. So I just wanted to give just some practical examples of what love actually is according to the Word of God. So in First Corinthians chapter 13, I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, "Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It's not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends." Just gonna stop there.
Ooh, gave me the chills on that one. Love never ends.
And how many of us love somebody until we don't? But love doesn't end. So if it ended, it wasn't really love.
It's powerful.
And nowhere in here did it say anything about feelings. It had actions, patience, kind, not being rude, not keeping record of wrongs, not being resentful, which is, if we really are honest with ourselves, all of the things that love said, or this particular passage said love is not, is showing up very I don't even want to say, it's showing up a lot in relationships where we so-called tell somebody we love them. You're seeing all this stuff that it's saying love is not: being rude, being selfish, keeping records of wrong. Somebody does something wrong, you doing tit for tat and payback and revenge, and oh, they owe me. They got to earn their way back into me being loving towards them. Cold shoulders, silent treatment, all this stuff, and you got the nerve to tell that person you love them, and all your actions are demonstrating the exact opposite of what love actually is. Where's that? Bam, 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 right?
Is that one right there?
Shoot, sick of this, man. Sick of this. Hit the bam, 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 man. Because come on, man.
It was a mic drop. It was like, that was a gut punch.
Come on,
It was
man.
a gut punch.
Don't let that be you, is what I'm saying. Don't let you be the person who's telling somebody you love them, but all of your actions are demonstrating the exact opposite. I love you is one of the most powerful things you can say to somebody, because once you say it, now you're gonna be tested to see if you can walk it. That's what happens. So
it's heavy. Love is a heavy, but light at the same time.
that's it.
It's an interesting thing that you're holding on to when you love somebody. There's responsibility there, but at the same time, it should be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're designed that way. When we authentically, loving somebody else is like step 3. And stay with me for a second. Step
I
1
know where you headed.
is knowing God, because he is love. God is love. In order for me to understand what love really is, I need to know who God is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's step 1. Step 2 is understanding what God says about me, and allowing God to show me what love is, and doing that for myself. Do I love myself? Because I can only give somebody what I have.
Yeah.
And if I don't even love myself, how am I supposed to love somebody else?
That's it.
And maybe I do love myself, but to what depth? How much? Which is why we have the season of singleness. So we can experience love at the deepest level with God intimately, and be grateful for how he's made us,
Mm-hmm.
and love ourselves. Go on dates with ourselves. Show us love. Do the things that we love. Find passion. Find our purpose.
Yeah.
Find what God's called us to do. Cultivate the gifts that he's given us. There's a reason why the season of singleness is so meaningful.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And then the third step is obviously once you know God and love him and do all that, then you can go out and love somebody else authentically the way that you're supposed to, rather than leaning on them to make you feel good about yourself, and then having them carry a burden that was never meant for them to carry anyways. Like, oh, you're not making me feel good about myself, so I'm gonna leave the relationship now.
Yeah. A lot of people are loving from a place of not being loved. Like, we're supposed to, the only way you can love effectively is doing it from a place of being loved, not searching for love. Most of us are loving in search of love. But like you said, if you follow those steps, you've understood that you're loved by God. You've received the love of God. You're filled with the love of God. You're sustained by the love of God. The love of God has become your source. So from that place, you can actually look for somebody to love, not look for somebody to love you. And most people are out looking to find somebody who can love them because they're empty. They don't have any love. And once you realize that as humans, we weren't designed to be somebody's source of love. We're not capable of doing that and sustaining it. We should be full of love already, and people receive out of the overflow of love we already have from God. And that's sustainable because we're constantly going to a source that's infinite and doesn't ever run out. So we stay full, therefore we can give without needing the other person to validate that we're loved, you know?
Which is very powerful because at that point, it doesn't matter who comes in or out of your life because they were never your source anyways.
That's it. That's it.
And like we were talking about before, love, we're talking about marriage and all that stuff, but what about your friendships? What about your family? What about anybody else, right? Are we leaning on them to fill us up in that space?
Mhm.
They're not meant to be that. And so there's so much freedom
Yeah.
when you put your feet to a solid foundation.
Mhm.
Like I'm not worried about what happens because I know where my feet are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
They're planted on the rock.
That's good. And when you know, if we, I won't say when, but if we choose to make another person our source, then unknowingly, you've now crept into a place where you're actually living by fear. You're living from a place of fear of them stopping, like fear of that person not giving you what you need from them. So you're actually living in a place where love now is not even present because fear is what's there now. You know, and in the word, perfect love casts out all fear. So if fear's there,
There's not perfect love.
that's it. You're not walking in the design that God had for love because fear can't be present, you know? So it's just a lot of stuff to really think about. And I really just encourage anybody watching or listening to really take some time and reflect. What does love actually mean to me? Is it aligned with what love actually is? And what steps do I need to take to get back into alignment so that I can first receive the love of God, live full of the love of God, and then allow God to connect me with the people that I'm called to love because I'm now loved by him. You know?
So practically, step one is obviously knowing and allowing God to be your definition of what love is. That's an individual decision, right? Each person has to decide to follow God. And even just to get to know him, right? Get to know God. And then at that point, then make your decision. But at least get to know him. Don't say, no, I'm not going to like follow God when you don't even know who he is. Get to know him, see what he's about, and then make your decision.
Yeah.
So figure that out. That's step one, which we've both done, right? We've both decided that God is pretty dope and we've tried things our way and it hasn't worked out for us and it's been damaging. And then we tried God's way and it's been very fruitful, full of freedom, and we've made our decision, right? We're going with God's way. And so I'm married, so I'm on step 3. So rather than going from 1 to 3, with you being single now, what are some things that you do practically to prepare for step in season 3? I know you do a lot of work individually, and so I know I'm kind of catching you off guard here, but for the people, we've kind of talked about step 1 as far as get to know God, understand what he's all about, and then make a decision. They then make a decision, hopefully, to do life with God, and they want to do it God's way, and they're single. Now what?
Yeah, I think, man, that's a good question. And I think the best way that I could answer that is one, like taking the time to understand who you really are, the good, the bad, and the ugly about you, and figuring out what things that you need to address and what things that you need to actively start pursuing healing in while you're by yourself so that you're not getting into a relationship with somebody and trying to use them to heal those broken parts of yourself. There's no, being healed, that's a topic for another conversation. But for me, what I've realized is it's a lot more realistic to practically and actively pursue healing. So being in a state of healing is a lot more practical than pursuit of being healed, because there's just so many layers to healing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that being healed is not possible, but when we make that the goal, sometimes you can shift into a space where now you feel like you need to be perfect before you pursue a relationship with somebody. And I don't necessarily agree with that at all. But you should be actively working on yourself, actively healing, and at the minimum be aware of the good, bad, and ugly about yourself and how that impacts different relationships in your life, so that you can go into that relationship with somebody just equipped and prepared to be able to navigate that with them. Because ultimately, when you start pursuing a relationship with somebody, it's now both of you navigating whatever both of you have together. So how can you inform them of what's going on with you if you don't even know what's going on with you? A lot of times you do that, now you're just triggered, trauma's getting triggered, you're damaging one another, and you don't even know, you don't even realize it,
So becoming really self-aware.
Yeah. Taking that time to become self-aware.
Figuring out you
and how you interact with other people too. So I would say that would be the first step for me before even pursuing a relationship with somebody. And then this will probably have to be a topic for a whole nother pod, but then talking about what it practically looks like to actually start dating or start courting, or because that's a whole different aspect of things too, so
love, like I said, love is a huge conversation. I think that we could spend a lot of time talking about love, and we should. So we'll have definitely some more episodes about love. But man, super powerful episode. Thank you for sharing that, and I'm super excited for all of you guys to pursue love. And that really, the source is God. God is love. So pursue God, get to know him. He is the prime example of what love is. And if you don't know who God is, you really don't know what love is. And I say that with like a tenderness and desire for you to really understand it. At least try it, do a try bite, I always tell that to, I have a little kid, just do a try bite. Just try it, see if you like it.
Yeah. So
get God in your life a little bit, see what it's like, see what he's all about. And man, it's a journey. It's really a journey. This is why we started the Freedom Fam podcast, is because we're doing life together. We don't have it all figured out, but we're here to support each other along the way. And when we have this idea of we need to have it all figured out, like Byron said, it could be very discouraging. And that's a foothold for the enemy to sneak in, right? If you start getting discouraged, oh, it doesn't work this or it doesn't work that, I'm not there yet, whatever it is, the devil's going to come in there and take that fruit from you before it even starts to grow. Like, you have to give it time to take root and mature within your life. But if the devil comes in, he'll snatch it away. So that's what we're here to kind of encourage you and fan your flame and let you know that we're here for you, and just one day at a time, one decision at a time. But that's it. I don't know. You want to close it out, or do you have anything?
No, I think that was good. Yeah, I don't really have anything. I think that's a good place for us to stop there on this episode. So appreciate y'all for hanging in there with us. And pray that you're able to take something from this, and it helps to encourage you on your journey. But yeah, until the next episode, we will see y'all then, Freedom Fam. Peace.
Welcome to the family. Yeah. I had to let my old people go, pray they don't get mad.